What's happening in Illinois right now should send shivers down every conservative's spine. GOP leader Tony McCombie isn't just voting with Democrats, she's taking their money and silencing anyone who dares to question her. We're talking about a so-called Republican leader who voted to force insurance companies to cover, ready for this? Cervical exams for men and prostate exams for women. Yes, you heard that right. And when conservatives like Thomas DeVore called her out online, what did she do? She blocked them, deleted their comments, and tried to hide behind accusations of fake news. But tonight, the money trail tells the real story. And you know what's really being attacked here, Patriots? I'm talking about our American values, just like our American bees. While rhinos like McCombie betray conservative principles, our bee populations are facing their own crisis, but the Patriots at Patriot Bee Best have a solution. For less than 17 cents a day, you can help restore America's bee population and support this show. Visit patriotbeebest.com and use code NEXTNEWS for a 25% discount on your monthly subscription. Join the hive of patriots fighting to save our bees and our republic. Catch the buzz at patriotbeebest.com. It's linked below. Okay, here's the headline. This is straight from the Illinois Review. We have some allies over there. Love those guys. This is the headline. I present to you the Illinois GOP. Illinois House GOP leader Tony McCombie joins the woke left, supports insurance coverage for men's cervical exams and women's prostate screenings. Oh, and when that article came out, it kicked up a lot of dust in Illinois. And I made this is satire. I want to make this very clear. This is satire. Following the groundbreaking move towards inclusivity, the Illinois GOP has announced a new logo for the rebranded organization. Illinois GOP Queer and Trans Progress, now adopting the acronym ILGOPQT+. Yeah. And if it wasn't for AI, I couldn't make these. Yeah, that's your Illinois GOP. That's your Illinois GOP right there. So, what happened exactly? Oh, it's bad. It is bad, bad, bad. Now, here's what's awesome. Roger Stone's on this. Okay? And Mark Vargas, my buddy, he's on it too. Mark Vargas is now co-hosting with Roger Stone on the Stone Zone. Excellent choice. Now, if you don't know who Mark Vargas is, I've played some clips of his in the past. He's been here in studio. Mark Vargas is the man who orchestrated the pardon of Roger Stone. He orchestrated the pardon of Rod Blagojevich. I mean, he is friends with Donald Trump. He is in the inner circle. He's a former DOD official. He actually served in Iraq. And the story he told me one time is that he actually swam in Saddam Hussein's swimming pool after it was captured. I'm like, what? This guy swam in Saddam Hussein's swimming pool. Anyway, that's just some backstory. But he went on the Stone Zone and broke it down about the GOP leader, Tony McCombie. Listen in.
Association. Roger, Illinois Review broke a story late on Sunday, and this is where you have sort of the never Trumper rhino wing. But we put out a story that has Illinois Republicans going nuts, and that is that the Illinois House Republican leader, Tony McCombie, sided with the Democrats in 2023 and voted for a bill that expands health care coverage for transgender and non-binary individuals. We did a follow-up story to ask the question why, and yesterday we published a story that answered the why, and that is because around that exact same time that she abandoned her own Republican caucus, where 98% of her own Republican caucus in the House of Representatives voted against this measure, she voted for it. Why? At the same time that she was supporting this bill, she received $47,500 in campaign donations from the Illinois Hospital and Healthcare Association, who at that exact same time was pushing and lobbying to expand patient rights for transgender and non-binary individuals. And so it's a remarkable story. And her response, Roger, her response initially was to deny that that vote ever took place, and then to say that only, and what's interesting is that this bill, Roger, and you're going to find this as a head scratcher, she voted for it to allow men to have pap smears and women to have prostate exams. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. And though she tried to defend and say, well, only women can have pap smears, well, why did you vote for a bill that changed the language to allow all individuals to have that can have pap smears and prostate exams? And so her messaging strategy has been all over the map. It was to deny, and then now to saddle up and to dig in her heels, but really has the conservative grassroots, Trump Republicans in a total frenzy here in Illinois, and she's in big trouble.
Another great story for the Illinois Review. Folks, I urge you to check out the Illinois Review. Where can people go to do that, Mark?
You can go to illinoisreview.com. You could also follow us on X and on Facebook. Roger.
Okay, so if you guys want to follow this story, you need to go there, follow them. Now, as of this posting, it is unclear. We're not sure what pronouns GOP leader Tony McCombie uses, or if they have declared an official gender as of yet. What's clear is that with a name like Tony, it could be anyone's guess. Now, here's where it gets even crazier, folks. Now, she's feeling the heat. I just found this out a couple hours ago. Illinois GOP leader Tony McCombie is feeling the heat after being exposed for silencing critics like Thomas DeVore and pushing leftist policies. This video reveals McCombie was in tears after the articles detailing her actions went public. Facing a wave of backlash, she ended up canceling a planned bus tour, avoiding the very public she claims to represent. It seems McCombie can dish out censorship but can't handle accountability. Her actions are sparking outrage among conservatives demanding leadership with backbone. Oh, now this is where she plays the victim. Ready?
You know the demand. Many of you know, sorry. Many of you know the demands it takes for us to be here. And it takes a toll on you. And it's hard.
Oh, how hard is it? How hard is it to accept those donations? Here we find out. You ready for this? This is where it gets wild. Now she's being sued because she went into damage control mode and she allegedly started deleting comments. Yeah, she started deleting comments on her Facebook page when people started to question. Bad move. You know why it's a bad move? Thomas DeVore pointed this out. Yeah. Public officials cannot block or suppress comments on social media when discussing government business. Justice Amy Coney Barrett's SCOTUS ruling makes it clear. Once they use their account for public duties, it becomes a public forum. And he had a scathing Facebook post. This is a public post. You can go find Thomas DeVore on Facebook if you're there, and you can read it in full. And he also posted this. He highlighted this WTTW article. A bombshell. Chicago alderman. This is where the law is really against Tony. Chicago alderman Jim Gardner forced to pay $157,000 after a federal judge ruled he violated the First Amendment by blocking critics on Facebook. The court made it clear public officials can't silence dissent on social media. It is illegal. So there is precedent here. And she is in panic mode because of it. Now, let's dig a little bit deeper. Because there is a thread that was posted by the Illinois Review just 7 hours ago. Buckle up, because this is spicy. Illinois Republicans, brace yourselves. Your House GOP leader, Tony McCombie, recently sided with Democrats to pass a law forcing insurance companies to cover cervical exams for men and prostate exams for women. Yes, this is real. So let's unpack this insanity. You ready? Okay, here we go. House Bill 2350 doesn't just stretch reality, it snaps it in half. It mandates annual cervical exams for all insured individuals, not just women, and prostate screenings for everyone, not just men. Biology, science, completely ignored. Every Democrat predictably voted for this, but shockingly, GOP leader, wait till you see what I'm about to share with you. Oh my goodness. Follow the money, baby. Follow the money. That's all you got to do. That explains everything. Explains why she voted. Every Democrat predictably voted for this, but shockingly, GOP leader McCombie and two other Republican leaders, Noreen Hammond and Jeff Keitcher, joined them. This was not a mistake. This was a deliberate surrender to radical gender ideology. Okay, the Freedom Caucus representative, Jed Davis, didn't hold back. He posted pap smears for men and prostate exams for women, now law in Illinois. But even ChatGPT knows this one is nonsense. He's right. Even AI understands biology better than Illinois lawmakers. But why would McCombie, a Republican leader, betray common sense? Follow the money. The Illinois Health and Hospital Association, a woke organization pushing transgender policies, donated $42,500 to McCombie's campaign right around this vote. $42,500 for a local race. $42,500. And that's not all. McCombie took $119,000 from the National Education Association, the same group that endorsed J.B. Pritzker, pushed pandemic mandates, and crafted radical sex ed standards teaching kids about hormone blockers and gender identity. Oh, and here's point 7. Parents across Illinois are outraged. Over 500 school districts rejected this extreme curriculum. Meanwhile, McCombie is cashing checks from the very group that designed it. So the question is asked, who is she working for? Point 8. And let's not forget her record. When President Trump visited Illinois in 2018 and 2022, she was nowhere to be found. At the 2023 State Fair, she even said, "Why is it all about Donald Trump?" Maybe it's because he fights for conservatives, something that she is afraid to do. Point 9. Where's point 9? Now, caught in this firestorm, what does McCombie do? She attacks the Illinois Review, the state's largest pro-Trump conservative news outlet, calling it fake news. Sounds like she's reading right from the CNN playbook. So let's be honest, this bill was never about cancer screenings. It's about forcing the far-left gender ideology into healthcare. That's why nearly every Republican voted against it, but McCombie sided with the Democrats. Why? Point 11. The timeline tells a story. Buckle up. Here it is. The timeline tells a story. December 2022. McCombie gets $5,000 from the Illinois Health and Hospital Association. March 2023. She votes yes on HB 2350. October 2023. Another $20,000. December 2023. $12,500. June 2024. $10,000. A total of $42,500. And who is this hospital group? They host webinars on sexual orientation and gender identity, pushing pronouns and gender-neutral medical records. This is who bankrolls the GOP leader in Illinois. You can't make this up. Money talks, right? Point 13. Where's point 13? These are out of order. I'm not sure why. McCombie's ally, GOP conference chair Jeff Keitcher, defended his vote by saying if someone can't figure out what sex they are, they shouldn't be denied access to cancer care. When a female voter called him out, he dropped the F-bomb and hung up. That's the definition of leadership in Illinois. McCombie's pattern is crystal clear. Betray the voters, collect woke donations, and then attack conservatives who question her. She's taken nearly $170,000 from radical organizations pushing far-left policies, and she's supposed to be a Republican. No, I believe we call those rhinos. And Illinois is full of them. Point 15. Oh, and McCombie isn't struggling financially. She rakes in $145,000 a year, $52,000 more than a regular legislator just for being minority leader. Meanwhile, the average income in her district, $45,000 a year. Nice gig if you can get it, right? Point 16. When she was cornered, she scrambled. First, she ignored the voters, then her staff denied the vote ever happened. Then she spun it as cancer care. Finally, she smeared conservative media. Clearly an act of desperation. Point 17. Now she's being sued. Uh-oh. Former AG nominee Thomas DeVore is taking McCombie to court for blocking him on Facebook after he criticized her vote. She's literally silencing conservative voices, and that's exactly what Democrats do. Oh, man, what a mistake that was. She is going to get roasted in the court. Yeah. So that's was that point 17? Where's point 18? Point 18. Bear with me. I'm getting there. All right. Deleting comments. Blocking critics. I mean, you're deleting comments. You're a public official. You can't stand the heat on social media? Delete the comments? God. Deleting comments, blocking critics, and smearing conservative media is not leadership. It's cowardice. McCombie is terrified because she knows she can't justify her betrayal. Point 19. Where is it? Illinois Republicans. Is this the leader you want? Politician who votes with Democrats, takes money from woke groups, ignores Trump, and silences conservatives? McCombie has sold out, and it's time to face the truth. So, remember, this is bigger than one bad vote. It's about a Republican Party infiltrated by politicians more loyal to woke donors than to conservative voters. Illinois deserves leaders who fight, not fold, and it's time to hold McCombie accountable. And that's what we're doing here. That's what the Illinois Review is doing. That's what Roger Stone is doing. And that is what we need to do. We need to hold these politicians accountable. No. We need all rhinos outed. And with this vote, and with the donations that were made to her campaign, it is 100% clear who she serves. And it is not the people of Illinois, not the Republican Party of Illinois, not the conservatives of Illinois. And you know what's interesting? It's not just in Illinois. Brent Money, who's in Texas, he's experiencing something similar. He posted this. I guess he was on War Room with Steve Bannon. In Texas, he said, we have a small group of Republican members trying to form a majority Democrat coalition to elect an establishment Republican, Dustin Burrows as Speaker. And several of these Republicans have financial ties to BlackRock and Vanguard. And so he went on with Steve Bannon to lay it out. So the establishment is in overdrive. The rhinos are out in force. I'm going to retweet this or repost it, as they say. You can go to my X feed and you can watch the whole thing. But it is like a cancer spreading through the Republican Party. And it needs to stop. Because this is what the Illinois GOP is going to look like, folks, if we don't stop it. It needs to end. So, she could cry all the tears she wants. You know, I mean, even when I watch it, I'm like, oh man, this really sucks. because it's an emotional thing. I'm an emotional guy. I see it, and I'm like, oh man, poor lady. But I'm like, wait a minute, she's crying because she got called out. Well, you know what they say? If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. So the numbers don't lie. $47,500 in woke donations, $145,000 salary, a voting record that would make AOC proud. Tony McCombie isn't just another rhino. She's the perfect example of what's infiltrated the Republican Party. Taking money from organizations pushing gender ideology, voting for biological absurdity, and then censoring conservatives who dare to speak up. But now, thanks to Thomas DeVore's lawsuit, the truth's coming out. And McCombie, well, she's in tears, canceling appearances, hiding from the very public she claims to represent. So here's what I want to know from you, Patriots. How many other GOP leaders are taking woke money while pretending to fight for conservative values? Call them out. Call them out in the comments right now. And rock your Patriot pride with our exclusive Mag Avengers gear at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com.